Villainous Skull Scavenger, the Skull Tank is launched. With blasters aimed, neck and attack position, and eyes ablaze, the Skull Tank fires on the Voltron force. Racing toward the heart of the battle, it's joined by the Doom Blaster and Zarkon Zapper. Is this the end of Planet Aris? Can the Skull Tank conquer all? Skull Tank vehicles and figures sold separately.
Welcome back to Retro Wednesday, Time Gamer Hanger. This is Mike. Today I want to talk to you about the Panosh Place Voltron from the 80s and everything made for the 3.75 inch line. Now, there's some other stuff they made that's not in scale with this, and so I don't really care. And with that, I'm going to go into this. The pluses, minuses, the good and the bad. But you know, I've reviewed the castle in the past, so I'm going to try to link that below. And I'm not going to spend time on the castle. It's here really for show. Everything else in this video is getting reviewed on Retro Wednesday coming up. So we'll start out with the pilots. I want to say a few things that I think is really strange about these. First of all, you got Hunk in the yellow lion, she's in the blue lion, green lion, black lion, and I don't know, red lion. Okay, so I never remember seeing any of these on the shelf, and when we get to the bad guys, I saw them on the shelves. I got funny stories about that. So pairing these up and looking at card backs, carded examples to see what goes with what. Obviously Hunk gets the yellow, so Hunk is a thick guy, kind of like Lunk in the Macross Robotech line, kind of a hefty dude. Comes with this helmet there. Then we got Lance with the blue and the blue helmet, looks pretty good. And then we get, so he comes with the red one of these. Now I was looking at carded examples. I was like, why doesn't he get a blue one? Well, because reasons, I guess. Oh, Lance. Hunk fell. Then we've got Princess Allura, who pilots the blue lion, which I don't have all mine in the right ones now that I'm looking at it. But she does come, and I looked it up tonight. This afternoon. Blue. And then Pidge gets the green one. These keys. And there's his helmet. Pidge. Pidge is a dude back in the day, just so you know, if any of you are confused. And then this is Keith, who I believe pilots the black lion, and he has a tendency to yellow on his chest. And I have a black key. I assume it goes to him, but I've seen carded versions of him that have a red one of these, but I don't see carded versions with the black. But in my mind, I always thought it was the black one that goes. Well, let's just play like this. It's just been the last few years I even cared about having these accessories. I never cared. I've had them. I just never cared who they went with. But there they go. Now, I do want to show the back. Looks like it could clip on your belt or something. I don't know what it's supposed to clip to. Definitely won't fit on their hand. For the bad guys, to make it a little bit easier, I kind of hope I got it all right. But we'll start with this dude. So I'm going to Skull Scavenger. I'm going to start with this one. I believe this is the correct one. Now that I think about it, I really should have looked at all my pictures, but I've had these for so long that I never even bothered with the names. It was only last year I tracked down these shields. I guess it's broken. Shields. I guess they could hold the shield, but it's still the same thing as the pilot keys in a way. But it's kind of a silly inclusion. And to me, as a kid seeing it, I did see these in the packaging because the bad guys just sat. But anyway, he does drive the Skull Tank. We'll get into that here in a bit. The next one we have here. Oh, by the way, I like his zombie eyes. Zombie. And discoloration on him. I have another one. Well, I think the other one's actually nicer. We'll see that in a bit. Now we've got King Zarkon. This was at Gibson's. So Gibson's would put their clearance stuff out, and it was $1.50 one year. There was 20 of them or something, 50, I don't know, 100, I don't know. They put them in one of those prefab small pools, and then the next year they put it out for $1, and the next year they put it out for 50 cents. 3 years in a row, it was in the tent sale of cheap stuff at Gibson's, which it's kind of like a Walmart version of Walmart, but it's no longer in existence. I kind of miss Gibson's in a way, but man, this figure just rotted on shelves. You can still get a card. Some people want more because they think they look at the pilots and the ridiculous price the pilots go for, and like, oh, we could piggyback on that. No, you can't. Nobody wants this guy. I've got 3 of them, and I never bought one. They just came in lots. Hagar the Witch is a relatively more expensive one, but she only has 1 point of articulation. So all these are 5 POA. Heads move, arms move, legs move. She only has this arm movement, and that's it. She's holding her kitty. I guess she has 2 because her head moves. I got this at an estate sale for $1, and they were happy to get rid of it for $1. And I knew it was what it was. I was like, I don't have that yet. I don't care, but for $1, why not? I think the staff cost me $10. So $11 I'm in. And then I bought all these in like one lot for $50 or $60. Got lucky on it, I guess. But there is Hagar the Witch, and kind of a fun story for finding her. Next up, we got the Doom Commander. Is that what they call it? Doom? Is that what it says? Am I reading that right? Might be reading it wrong. He's in red. He's basically this dude in red, but looks different. Got the same zombie eyes, but a different torso. No, same exact everything. The arm's a little different. The torso's, and the back of the torso looks exactly the same. Anyway, some similarities between the two of these. He's red, and it is what it is. But that guy drives a tank, and this guy is actually harder to get than that guy. Believe it or not. I mean, not like he's super expensive or anything, and no accessory, so unless you consider a shield coffin accessory. Next we have Prince Lotor, and in case you notice, I'm having trouble getting these to stand. No holes, no stands, 5 POA, discolored torso. I've got a few of these. I might have been able to fish out a better one than this, but I don't really care. I think I need a better one than this. Don't turn the head. I just broke it on camera. Don't turn the head. Don't turn it. Trust me. Well, if I didn't have 3, I'd be more upset. At the same time, it's not really a hard fix, and really, it's not a big deal. Okay. Whatever. He looks cool. He's fun. This dude was crazy in the show. There are 2 Robeasts. It's the Mutiler and the Scorpius. I never even knew they had names, oddly enough. But I just had them. They showed up in lots. So I had some weird thing where I was missing one of these, and I thought I was missing one of these, so I bought another one of these, and turned out I just ended up having to buy another one of those and one of those. I didn't really want to go after troop building these at all, because these are supposed to be big enough to go after Voltron. But think about it like this. So they're trying to make a cheap toy line, all-encompassing toy line. If they were to make a $25, say it's on scale and on par with Inhumanoids figures, those big ones, which that line failed, they probably would not have sold very many Robeasts next to Voltron. So you'd sell 1,000,000 Voltrons and 1,200 Robeasts and have 900,000 Robeasts just dying at retail. So they said, okay, let's just risk it on a $2 figure. And these sold better than King Zarkon or the Prince Lotor, and yeah, that's all I gotta say. So, was it the right decision? I actually think it was for business, not for the kids and fun and all that stuff. But let's get a look at this dude. He's got a blue one of these. Now, in one of their what is it? Some promotion. It actually shows this hand holding this, but I saw I looked at some pictures and stuff. It can hold it like this. So it's kind of one of the things that they showed in one of their, I don't know, was it like a sales catalog or something? That I could hold it like this. And yeah, but on the back of the card back, it does show him holding it like this. So whatever this thing is, it's a giant piece of granite that's just chiseled out for them. And then we've got this one here, and I don't know which one's which name. I believe this one is the Scorpius, but I don't know. Now there's two versions of this guy, and the thing about it is you can tell the difference between the two versions, which I only have these two, since I don't have others, but these are circles on one version and half circles on the other. So I thought the discoloration, people are like, oh, it's green version. Well, they're both discolored, but that's more discolored. He does look wacky. He looks like a fish dude. He's got some fish scales kind of things going on there. From the back, they both look equally discolored, but still nothing I'm really too impressed with. But at the same time, glad we got something to collect, I guess. Now for the vehicles, and I have to say this, I don't even remember. It's been so long since I've messed with these, and this might be a product of I should have taken the batteries out. But when you push this button, it's supposed to light this up, which lights the eyes up of the skull. And so you would probably lay this dude in here, but he can't hold his weapon, so you gotta like tuck it in. And there's that. You got the black one. They have specific names for each of these. One is the Coffin of Doom. The other one's Coffin of Darkness. Coffin of Darkness. Looking at my sheets here from Figure Realm, which, man, I gotta say, Figure Realm is probably the best place to go for all this fun stuff. And here he is in his coffin, and boom. And that would turn the light on. I had the light working on one of these, but either the batteries are burned out, and I don't even remember how to get the batteries to the batteries and access them anymore. But that's how this stuff works. They've got these little wings on the bottom. They fly, then they come out and fight and stuff. And kind of silly, but still, I mean, in a way, it's kind of fun, kind of Halloween-y. Oh, I should have done it last week. Next up, we have the Skull Tank, which is kind of cool looking. It's kind of fun. I actually have a nicer version of this that's deeper in my display, so I can't really get to it. But this was the last one I picked up, and I picked it up only, I was like, oh, I'm going to get it because I need one of these. But at the same time, the one I had, the second one I had, I just swapped parts, made this the best. But the one I have, I still have a better one. But this is pretty dang close to that one. Anyway, so what does it do? When you roll it, can I get the effect to show? The eyes kind of pop out. And the mouth moves. Maybe if I just roll the wheels. It's hard to get on camera, but the eyes pop out and the mouth opens. Not a big deal. Now you can extend this out, and this has to do with that, and the mechanism here makes that move. So, and then he has these two here, which sometimes are broken. Which, yeah, the one I took these off of, I think was broken. I don't remember. But then we have this upper canopy here, which has the figure, that is a nicer version figure than the one I have over there. This dude is nice and bright and clean, and yeah, looks good. But he's in here, man in the tank, which you have to kind of like tuck his hands in so that the top closes, and there's a sticker in there and all that fun stuff. And then you have the canopy, which is yellowed on almost all of them and is easily lost. Now in the commercial, they actually show it looking like it's hinged, which maybe it was hinged on the prototype they used for the commercial. So a lot of fun history behind it. Skull Tank. Next up we have Zarkon Zapper. And while it still works, I want to show you. It's loud, it's crazy, and that's what it does. It makes those weird sounds. This moves side to side. You've got these stickers on it, which is nice. I don't think I paid much for this. I don't remember paying anything really for it. Next to nothing. When I was collecting the castle, I bought a lot of lots to get castle parts. And most of this stuff just came in with the castle parts to complete my castle. And so later on I had to buy a couple other things to, you know, get her there, get her done. So this disconnects like this. And what is it? That's Lotor Zarkon. I don't think he's supposed to sit in it, is he? Would it even fit him in there? We'll find out. I don't even think it fits him. Anyway, you're probably supposed to put one of the troopers in there, and that's probably how it's supposed to work. I never even put a figure in it. I don't care. That's how little I care. But I did put a battery in it just to see if it works. There's a battery cover back here and all that. Next up we have something called the Doom Blaster, and here's the thing about this. Another one that I just didn't even know it was a thing, and it showed up in a lot, and I was like, well, I'll keep it. But it's so weird. It's a ship, that's for sure. And then the top of this comes off somehow, like that, and you put a figure in there, and which is not something I'm interested in doing at all. And then you have to like maneuver that in. Ooh, that sounds bad. But it has one function. You push this back, and then there's supposed to be some sort of a disc in there, and then you shoot the disc. Now I don't have any discs, and I was like, well, you know, let me go get some discs. Some dude had like one of these just like mine with 2 discs for like $50. And I'm like, yeah, that's too much. I don't feel like spending that, and I just don't care enough. But at the same time, maybe I should have. I don't know. Maybe I could have just sold the thing without the discs for $50 nowadays and got my money back, and had the discs. But I don't really care. Or maybe I could have had 1 disc with each one, but I still don't care. But it looks like fun for a kid. It's kind of like role play. Now's the time where you stop being a tease and showing what everybody really wants to see in the Panosh Place toy line. They don't want to see all the other junk I just showed. They want to see the Voltron. They want to see everything about this Voltron, everything I know, my intimate thoughts and feelings about it. And I will say this. The Voltron you see standing there, I bought on a Father's Day in like 2015 from a guy. I bought his entire toy collection, all his G.I. Joes, Star Wars, even his Nintendo. And just the Voltron. This was all he had, was the Voltron and the figures in it. Nothing else. And with that, it's still, to this day, is the best one I've come across. I've had like 6 of these over the years, and it's still the best one. And it still has the best chrome. The figures are still the best of all the best. And it just goes to show that the people that kept their stuff from childhood, a lot of the time, they kept it in the best shape. But anyway, that's why it's still predominantly my best and favorite Panosh Place one. Now, I've seen Panosh Place Voltrons at Walmart or whatever, TG&Y, I think, back in the day in the 80s. And I thought this was the suckiest version of Voltron you could get because I had the Matchbox already. Now, granted, I never saw the pilots on cardback ever as a kid. Never saw those. I saw these It's like, this sucks. And it does suck, but it's fun. And part of collecting vintage is that it's not anything like what we get today, but it's still okay. This fits figures in it. So the Matchbox one I had didn't fit figures in it. And with that, I'm not going to really open them all up and put figures in them, but this is the arm, you put Pidge in there and all that. It is what it is. And then you would fold them up something like, I don't know, like this. Fit them in there. Is that right? And then fold the tail down and you put it on it. Same thing with the leg. Now the legs, they look good. I'm going to say this. I probably should do it right at the beginning of the segment, but show these all have some sort of weapons and accessories. So we could just show all of them from like Figure Realm or something, how it's supposed to look. There's like a spinny blade thing here, something they put in their mouth. I have all that, but it's in a bag in storage, and I just don't care. So I'd rather just show a picture. But they also have like a sticker right here to show it's blue sticker, a sticker right here to show some depth to it and stuff. And they got some chrome on them. All these have chrome wear. This is probably my second best one I'm showing that's in the lion mode. But a funny thing with these legs, and I'll get to that, we'll combine it real quick. I'll show all that. But there's a red lion and the yellow lion. Yellow lion and blue lion are not exactly the same with the canopies. The yellow lion has whatever this cannon thing is on it, which is backwards. There it is. And different stickers. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have this here. That looks nice. And we'll take this back cannon thing off here. Now, with the black lion, there's some issues with it, but it's got a tail that you can fold up. And then one of the things is you see that he has his legs. They also double as clips to hold the parts in place. So let's start with some legs, and let's just go ahead and combine this dude. Let's get the legs ready, and I'm not even 100% sure what goes first. The chicken, the egg, or is blue on the left and yellow on the right, and at the same time, I don't care. I don't care. We'll do it like this. So you plug the leg, the tail into the leg. Come on, let's get it going. And then when you close it up, it clips into place. So the legs themselves are the clips for Voltron's legs. So same thing over here. Fold it all up. And then clip this leg into place. And now you got a standing ovation. Standing Voltron. And then let's go up higher. We're going to rotate these over like so. And then we put, I guess we'll put the red on this side. Fold all those legs in. Fold this in. And then make sure this is pulled out a little bit. And then you'll close that up. And now I think he'll stand. Oh, come on. That should have locked in just fine. I have a bit of a slant to my table, and then here comes the green lion. Transform the same, just fold the legs. It's really simple. Plug it in. This will lock it into place. Fold down the head. Lift up the neck. So the neck is on a slider, and then open up the horns. And you got Voltron. Let's look at. Well, let's not waste time looking at this one. Let's look at the best one. So looking at Voltron, it looks like Voltron, but it looks goofy and janky as heck. The thing is that they had to make sure it fit the figures. They had to hit a price point, and they did. They hit a price point. They fit the figures in there, and from what I've seen, there's no set that includes the figures. You have to get the Voltron separate, and each individual figure separate from what I've seen. Now again, I've never, as a kid, saw any of the pilots ever at the store on the shelf. All I saw was King Zarkon and Prince Lotor. Those are the ones I saw. I don't even remember seeing Robeasts so much, but and again, there's so much going on in the 80s. I didn't remember seeing Spirals on the shelves ever, except for the suits. But the suits, the costumes are all that stand out. Now here's some stuff like this thing here plugs in. It's just kind of like a remnant of something that the dude left on there. This is exactly how the guy had it when I bought it, and I've left it exactly the same for 11 years that I've owned this. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I might have things in the wrong spot on it. But so you do not have articulation in the shoulders. And there's no way at all to swap this around. You just have to not have it show this for the shoulders. It's ridiculous. It is a ridiculous design. And they, I guess, chose to do that. You have the shield here, which will clip into his hand, which they have a springy hand, which is springy mouth. And you have articulation in the hand. And then you got a sword, and no knee articulation. And the only leg articulation you're going to get is front and back, which does nothing really, other than maybe on my table, he needs to lean forward a little bit just because my table's a little off. That's it. He just stands there and looks goofy. But so many people had this as a kid. So many people loved it, and the fact that it held the figures set it aside from anything else at the time. So I really hope you enjoyed this look at the Panosh Place entire toy line and everything they made back in the day. I'm shocked I haven't done it yet, but I did do it. It's done. I got her done. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Like and subscribe. Take care, man. Out.